another type of visa you could also try for is the F1 visa, the student visa. Student visa categories are other visas that young Africans could actually apply for. But if you're applying for the F1 visa the same way, be sure that I will advise you, don't rely on scholarships too, especially the school funding scholarship. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jimzetta Horace. I am Dende. And on this platform, I bring you immigration education, regular immigration updates, and stories of people living the everyday immigrant life in the United States and other parts of the world. We encourage you to consider subscribing to this channel, like the videos and share them with your family and friends, and turn on your notification because one of these opportunities that we share could just be yours. Schools funded scholarships. They're not something that will guarantee you a visa if you go to the U.S. Embassy. Yeah, but if you can prove to them that you have this money to pay for your tuition, and that's more reason why you want to try applying to colleges that you can afford. At least if you can afford your first semester tuition, you have that tuition, and you can prove to them that you have this money and you're coming, and even though you're going to be here and you'll be on campus, and that's going to afford you to work at least a part-time job. Because when people tell you, oh yeah, you can come and you'll be able to work to raise your tuition, that's not true. That is not possible. Because if you come to the US and you're schooling, you got certain number of hours that you can work. You're only permitted to work a certain number of hours. I think it's between maybe 20 to 20 something hours that you can work, and that money cannot pay for anything. Believe me, it just cannot pay for anything that you really need money for to pay for. So don't hear people telling you, oh yes, when you get there you could get a job, you can work and pay your tuition. That's not something you should listen to. No, because your visa is going to be a student visa. It does not authorize you to work more than a certain number of hours, and you can't do that. So you want to be sure that you're picking a college or university that at least you will be able to afford your first semester tuition. Make sure you have that tuition that you can prove to them that, oh yes, my mother or my father have saved this money, his savings or her savings, or my savings, I've already have it, and I can be able to pay my tuition is going to be this amount, and I have this amount of money that I'm going to be using while I'm there. You want to be able to convince them. So the F1 visa, the student visa, is another good route to come to the US on the student visa, because the visiting visa, a lot of us might not stand the chance on visiting visa because we cannot really prove ties to our countries in that with financially or economically, if I should say, we're not that empowered. So that makes us to not stand that much of a chance to come just visit, because if you can barely make afford a meal a day, how you gonna be living in luxury wanting to come visit the US and spend money? I mean, people who are tourists are people who can afford, people who have money to, to do things. But the people know that basically for us 31, 32 years old, you're still living with your parents. You still don't have any good financial standing yet. And so just very few of us can be able to stand and prove that, oh yes, I'm doing this for myself, I have this for myself. But a lot of us don't. And so for that reason, I would tell you the best chance you stand is on a student visa. A student visa we give you, but you still have to be able to prove to them that at least you can afford your tuition, or maybe at least your first semester tuition, even at that, because then your 20 hours of work, or how many hours you're going to be qualified to work for, you can be saving up that one for your next semester tuition, or applying for some scholarship that will be available to you. So those are some of the things you want to try to do to be able to maximize your chances. So like I said, I'm going to do more in-depth videos on some of these things, and some I've already done. So you want to check out the channel, subscribe, and just go through the videos there and check out the ones that best suit your case. Or send an email to me, send me an email, leave your questions down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to address them. Or just book a one-on-one talk with me. Let's sit and let's talk. Let me see if I can understand your case, and before you get there, maybe let's see how best I can be able to help you out through research. I cannot guarantee you a visa, but I can help you prepare to sell yourself when you get to the embassy.